What's up guys, Devin here with Backcountry Exposure. What I have today is the perfect DIY backpacking and outdoor cooking option. Introduce the Scorch Buster. This thing is awesome. Basically, in quick terms, this is a bottom of a number 10 can from like a food storage can, just a really large tin can. But basically, this is the bottom of a can that's been cut out that acts as a flame diffuser or a heat diffuser on your stove. And these things are so cool when you are going to be cooking with a frying pan. One of my biggest frustrations when cooking in the backcountry is when you've got a little tiny burner like this on this Pinnacle stove, or even like on this Ion Micro from Olicamp, or you go even cheaper and you introduce the E-Tech City little Amazon cheap stove that has a really tiny burner. If that is your only option for cooking in the backcountry, but you want to have something different than a bagged, rehydrated meal, then you're going to want to cook something on a frying pan. Sometimes you want just a better meal, even if it's rice. I know that the rice sides are a really popular thing for people to take into the backcountry, but one of the most frustrating things is if you have a really small burner, like so, then you are going to suffer from a very centered burn mark, where that can be kind of alleviated if you've got a bigger stove like this MSR Superfly that has a much larger burner. Still, it's hard to get a good simmer and a nice low heat with this that is nice and dispersed across the entire surface of your pan. So, introduce the Scorch Buster, or just a heat diffuser. Simply put this thing on top of your stove, and it doesn't matter what stove you are using, whether it's this 4-season stove from GSI or the Olicamp or even the Superfly. This thing is going to let you get a nice dispersed heat across the entire surface of this, because instead of the heat coming straight up onto the bottom of the pot, it's hitting the diffuser and it's going to spread across, and it allows for way better simmering and just overall cooking on your frying pan. So the benefit being is now I can put this frying pan right on top of those little standoffs, and the heat is going to spread across the pan, and I'm going to get better cooking, and I am way less likely to burn the things right in the center of my pan, and it's going to spread the heat across. So what did I do to make this? Basically, I took a number 10 can from a food storage type can, which is really popular for food storage to come in these, like potato pearls or banana slices or apple slices, stuff like that. And I cut it out with just a regular can opener, and then I sanded the edges with just like 100 grit, 150 grit paper, just to take that like really sharp edge off. And then I put these standoffs on here, which is just a little stainless bolt that I drilled a hole through and made a triangle shape out of it, so that I can stand the pot off of the heat source even more and get a little bit better dispersion of the heat instead of it still being right on top of the heat. Now, putting the standoffs on here is not a requirement. You don't have to do that. You can just do the top plate itself, and that will actually save you a lot of weight. But the great benefit is I can stick this right inside of my frying pan, and it doesn't take up a ton of space. It's super lightweight for what you are trying to accomplish. Now, if you're going to be cooking in the backcountry like I like to do and not do rehydrated meals, then carrying the extra 3 or 4 ounces that this thing weighs is really not a big deal. So awesome little thing to take with you into the backcountry for your cooking, because it's going to make such a difference in how your meals turn out. And you can cook better, a little bit more gourmet, and it's just a better option for gourmet type cooking if you're doing really good meals. One of my favorite things to do in the backcountry is calzones, or little pizzas. And if I'm doing that on a little tiny stove like this, which I could take this with me still and use the diffuser on there, and I can cook calzones and get that heat spread out across the entire pan and not have to worry about burning right in the center and everything out on the outside not getting cooked properly. So there you go, guys. That is the Scorch Buster, as I am familiar with it being called. You can actually purchase these directly from Backpacker Pantry, but they're like $6.50 and then it's like $12 to ship. So if you've got a number 10 can just sitting around at home, cut the bottom out and try it for yourself and see how you like it, because it really does make a difference. So there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hope you have an awesome day today.